Welcome back to Edgework, part of the Hammer Betting Network presented by FanDuel. I'm Zack Phillips, joined here by Matt Alber, So Money Sports, on this Friday morning to break down games, answer questions from the chat, maybe give out some futures, get to the anytime goal scores, let So Money victory lap of Tyler Myers hit. We'll talk about all that and more here today. Let's start with this. First and foremost, let's go to the negative side of things. And shocker, we're going to Alber first. Are the Rangers dead?
They might be, man. You can't even be happy about them winning last night. It wasn't. You just kind of watch the game. They just look so disjointed out there. It looks like they've never played hockey before at times. Like they've never played together. It looks like you threw 18 random skaters together and throw them on the ice. I don't know. It's kind of one of those ruts that at some point they're gonna snap out of it here, but it's ugly to watch. And even against San Jose, they kind of squeaked out of there, got lucky to kind of hold on at the end. I don't know. It does not look good. They don't look like they know what they're doing. And now they're going to lose Filipino for who even knows how long it's going to be this time. Hopefully not very long, but it's ugly. They're definitely nowhere near as good as the record says at this point. It's sloppy. It just looks bad.
You got to be in attendance for that one, though. It might be those Purple Laces. The Purple Laces might be just sewering the New York Rangers right now.
Yeah, I mean, because, they hadn't played badly this entire year before Tuesday.
Nope. It's the Laces, man.
Yeah, maybe it's the Laces. So maybe when Hockey Fights Cancer Month is over and we get rid of the Purple Laces, maybe things will turn around a little bit. But no, it's really bad ugly. You even watched some of the game last night, and we're kind of sitting there watching it in the back, and it's they're not even making tape-to-tape passes. Just everyone's kind of skating the wrong way. They don't really know where guys are going to be. It's just every pass seems like it's getting deflected. They're trying a bunch of no-look shit. They're doing stuff at the top of the blue line on the power play when it's taken away. It's just everything they're doing, you just sit there and you go, what the fuck are you doing? And a lot of that's me because of Vanajad, but I mean, he's not the only guilty one on this team by a long shot.
So, Monty, on a positive note, yesterday at the end of the show, you talked about Tyler Myers potentially fitting into the ATG parlay. We didn't put it in, and Tyler Myers fucking scores a goal.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I did bet it, and a bunch of people bet it too. It was good.
Yeah, I bet it.
Yeah, perfect, right? He came through for us at the end of the game there. It was the numbers showed Myers, and also the way that the game was being played. If the Islanders were going to tighten it up, it was going to be through the neutral zone, which meant the defense would need to jump up. We knew that Hronek and Hughes would get their chances, but in those situations, Tyler Myers can be a little bit sneaky when the defense needs to pinch for the Canucks. And a funny story about Tyler Myers, that guy, I love him, right? So a few years ago, 3-4 years ago, I had a big play on the Canucks. It was against the Oilers. I think it was 4 years from now. 4 years ago now. It was a 1-1 game in the third period. Who scores? Tyler Myers. Game-winning goal. Canucks won 2-1. I was sweating. I had my suitcases packed. It was a big play. And then there was that. And then so I've been a Tyler Myers fan throughout his whole career. And when he was struggling last year, I was a Tyler Myers truther as well, right? No, he's not worth the $6 million, but under the right system, he's going to be a good player. And then I was vindicated in the playoffs last year when the rest of the city fell in love with him again as well. So and then last night. So he's come through for me every chance he's gotten, and I just love that guy.
Yeah, shout out to Tyler Myers there for the plus 1,400 if you shopped around and found that one as well. I know a bunch of people in the chat. I saw a lot of people tweeting at us on Edgework last night, which we do encourage people to do as well, by the way. If you're hitting bets with us, following along with goal scores brought up, any bets that we're giving out on the show, if you have those ones, any that you're riding with us, make sure to send them on Twitter. Tag us at Edgework HQ as well. We do appreciate seeing those. For those of you watching on YouTube, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel here, please and thank you. Make sure to hit that like button on the stream. If you're watching on Twitter, you want to participate in the show, make sure to head on over to YouTube. I did just see the first one that I've seen comment from Twitter pop in here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with our friend Francesco Greco commenting, Pizzola is in NYC, La Bella Vita, my friends. Regards from Italy. Well, good morning, good afternoon. Hello, Francesco. We appreciate you hopping in. But if anybody else wants to participate in the show, send your thoughts or ask your questions, send them over. Easier, a little bit easier for you and for us on YouTube as well. And the other thing, So Money brought up yesterday, I don't know if you saw this, Albert, but he kind of subtly mentioned his experience in the NHL. We finally got to track it down. Our friend Kev, who puts together the ATG results sheet, he tweeted it at us. We found where it was. We found So Money's experience in the NHL and the time he played for John Cooper and the Vancouver Canucks. So there you go, tracked back. I did not know you were a part of the JT Miller trade, So Money.
It was tough being traded from the Canucks, but that's part of the business of hockey sometimes.
Tampa Bay's not a bad place to live in either. All right, we'll get to today's games. We'll give out our best bets, answer questions, whatever you guys have. But before we do that, I want to remind you that the NHL is back and FanDuel is bringing you more action than ever because everyone knows hockey just hits different. Load up a power play with the hottest same-game parlays found on the Parlay Hub. Lace them up and follow your bets with player prop tracking or bet on the fly with the Pulse. The hunt for the cup starts here. Get more from the NHL with FanDuel, North America's #1 sportsbook. The hunt for the cups. Right now, new customers kick off season with $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Just place any $5 bet. You'll get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Please play responsibly. You must be 19 plus, physically located in Ontario. Gambling problem, call 1-866-531-2600. That's 1-866-531-2600 or visit connectsontario.ca. All right, gentlemen, let's get to the games here today. For those of you who have followed us before, typically we'll go in chronological order, but every now and then there's a need to bounce around a little bit. So let's start with Nashville, Calgary. The Predators -130, the Flames +108, total of 6.5, +114 over, -140 under on FanDuel right now. Anything for us in this game here, So Money?
Yeah, so I did bet Nashville. I like them up to -120. They are on a back-to-back, right? And but so they're on a back-to-back, which discounts them immediately. But on the back-to-back, you have Wedgewood started last night, so you're upgrading with Saros tonight. It was a game against the Oilers where they were just choked out, right? Like the Oilers were the better team. They were lucky to get a point out of it, and in fact, that's probably a positive for them in that dressing room that they got a point out of that game. They're going to Calgary now. Understand it's on a back-to-back, but Calgary is not the kind of team that I'm worried about when you're playing back-to-back. They had a cute little run to start the season, but now they're back to where they should be. The last few games, they just haven't been playing well, and the results are showing that now. So I do like Nashville. I mentioned last show that this was, or the show before, that this was a team that I would like to start betting on. I'm starting to see some good signs from them. I'm not going to punish them for losing to the Oilers because most teams are going to lose to the Oilers right now. So so I did bet Nashville up to -120. I know that the super sharp book FanDuel already has them past the 120, but I think you can hit me with something good there, Zach.
I can give you a -120. I would say shop around. There are a little bit better than that, but I think -120 is fair. You said up to -120. There's a bunch. I'll just be honest. There's a bunch of books at -120. There's a couple better. There's a couple worse. I think it's fair to go at the -120 for tracking here today. So grab that. And Albert, you're in agreement with this one?
Yeah, I definitely am. And we talked, I think it was last Friday, just about how the Preds have kind of bottomed out in the market. Like, I think we're kind of getting to that point here, especially where you do have Saros kind of in, even though it is the back-to-back. Calgary, like, I think this is just kind of who they are. Like, even kind of earlier in the year when they were kind of on that winning streak, it's not because they were deserving of a lot of those games that they had won. So especially now, I think you've kind of seen them taking a pretty big step back. So yeah, no, I'm good with Nashville here. Lead it off, double best bet.
Double best bet. I didn't see this. I just opened the anytime goal scorer sheet. So money, Albert. I don't know if you guys had noticed this at all. This is some fantastic work. Normally, Kevin puts together a list of the accepted, rejected bets. I just clicked on it to just see where we were at. There's an entirely new tab here. It's a documented history of So Money's NHL career.
Oh wow,
Hold
that's amazing.
This is the best one. Yeah,
That's
he
awesome.
won the Stanley Cup.
What an
It's funny.
experience!
It's funny. I don't see his history there as coaching the Pittsburgh Penguins for some reason. I don't know where that.
No,
picture
that
is.
one got excluded. We have to add that.
That's awesome.
That's good. That's good stuff, Kevin. All right, let's go. There you go. Double best bet for the first one. Predators minus 120 money line. You guys good if we go back to the top here? Start with the 7 o'clock
Yeah.
games now. All right.
Yeah, good enough.
Penguins, Blue Jackets. Let's start with that one. Pittsburgh minus 132. The Blue Jackets plus 110. Total of 6.5. Minus 122. Over plus 100. Under for this one. Albert, lead us off. What do you like in this game, if anything?
So we can file this one under the disgusting category, but I like
Here we go.
Columbus here. They've actually been playing really well as of late, and I kind of talked about not really knowing who the Penguins are the other day. I just think the variance on that team is so high right now. So, I mean, originally I was looking at this and I thought I was going to get on and over. It's just, I think it's priced a little bit out of range here. But Columbus has actually been playing pretty well at this point, and I just think the Penguins are going to fall back off, especially now that they've kind of announced like they're going to be selling. Like, I don't really know how that's going to play in that locker room. So yeah, I'm definitely good kind of taking Columbus here as a short home dog.
All right, so we'll go with a plus 110 on Columbus.
Really
there.
110. Yeah, 110 or above, I think is good.
So, Money, what are your thoughts on this Columbus play?
Yeah, I don't disagree with Matt. I just can't get there. I think that both of these teams, especially the way that, yeah, the way that both these teams are allergic to playing defense right now, like it's just I just can't get there. I mean, you can make a case for Columbus at the number, I think, and like being at home, I think that you can make a case there, and also the Penguins. I just don't know what's going on with them, man. Like they like sold their soul for those cups, which I again I would do as well. But now we're seeing on the back end what happens a few years later when you sell the farm to go win cups. So
Yep.
I think that they're just not a good team, and they're not a team that I'm going to be laying like this on the road. At the same time, Columbus, I just can't get there either. So I'm going to cheer for Matt, but I'll be on the sidelines for this game.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately you do see it, but I think it is what I think it's worthwhile. You get 2 Stanley Cups back to back. You're probably
Absolutely.
not too upset with that. I definitely do see it here. In all seriousness, though, when is the last time you guys can remember or have seen a team that, trying to think of like the right way to word it, not necessarily was like a contender, but aiming to compete, just a month into the season, publicly declare everyone's on the block? Like I'm trying to think of like a team that was like had expectations of something, at least public facing. Maybe internally it was different, but public facing of like, hey, we're trying to compete. We signed Sid, Malkin, Letang. Like they went and did all this stuff, and then now they're like white flag a month into the year. Not saying it's the wrong move. It's just like I can't remember this like publicly happening in a maybe I'm just an idiot and forgetting something, but like does anything stand out to you?
Nothing stands out in the top of my head, but that's something I'd have to like really think about. Like it would have to be a team that was like on top of the standing and just like collapsed. So like Charles mentioned Calgary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
right
the closest one I could think of too.
Yeah, when McDavid just like killed them in that series. So that was a fun series, man. All those plus money Oilers numbers. But yeah, I think since then I'm having a tough time thinking about anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting like thought experiment. When was it? I mean, I guess Nashville this year as well, to an extent, but they didn't say they're trading everybody. Barry Trotz just threw a dagger at the dressing room. It's internally. That was kind of the extent to that one. All right, there you go. That is 2 plays here to start the show. We had Blue Jackets money line plus 110. Let's go now. Washington, Colorado. You want to talk about teams moving in the opposite direction? That would be the Washington Capitals. Not only are they picking up, but they are picking up pieces that the Pittsburgh Penguins are selling off, trading for Lars Eller the other day. The Avalanche here tonight, minus 160. The Caps plus 132. Again, another total of 6.5. Minus 130 over on this total. Plus 106 under 6.5. So money. What are your thoughts on this total? The minus 130 over 6.5 on FanDuel right now. And then do you have any other best bets for us potentially?
Yeah, I think the total's definitely been adjusted to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
I think it was bet into place overnight. In terms of the game itself, both of these teams, I'm very, very bullish on. On the surface, it does look like there's value on the Caps, but I will be laying off this game. I kind of want to see how things play out with these two teams, because both of these teams I would like to bet on going forward. Colorado especially, because I think that as they start getting healthy, their price has bottomed out. So I would like to bet on Colorado going forward. So I'll be passing this game, but I'll be watching it very closely here.
Alber, are you passing on this game?
Yeah, I am. I feel the exact same way. It's one I'm very excited to watch. The total was the only thing I was kind of interested in at those early over numbers. That's obviously long gone. Certainly more interested to watch this than bet it. So nothing for me here.
Quick note on this one. Insight just saying Valeri Nichushkin back. For those that remember, and for Kevin to maybe put in the sheet here as well, I think like 3 days ago, Charles sent in the chat and said Friday night, Valeri Nichushkin anytime goal. Just
Oh, we
have to. That has to be in the parlay.
We have to use it.
Yeah, I know. It's got to be used.
There's
But
no
I just
question.
remembered that as Insight sent that, Valeri Nichushkin back. Charles sent like 3 days ago, I think it was. It was like, yeah, Friday night, Nichushkin.
That's awesome.
All right, keep moving.
Drew and Wood, I think, are also back today too, right? So like they're certainly kind of starting to get healthy. So money's definitely right. Like this is a team to kind of get on pretty quick. I'm just not really looking to lay like minus 155 on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like looking at like the long term impact here, this is a futures worthy team, right? Like you go up and down that roster. They've been decimated by injuries to start the season, and where they are in the standings is not where they should be, right? So I think that I think that looking at futures on Colorado would be, if you like money, I think that would be a good way to look.
If you like money. All right, there you go. Yeah, I think everyone here does like money, so hopefully they're all running to FanDuel Sportsbook and taking a look at the futures. But we are going to be heading to FanDuel and taking a look at the Vegas-Utah game for tonight. Golden Knights, minus 120. Utah Hockey Club, plus 100. Total of 6.5. Over, plus 112. Under, minus 138. Alber, let's go to you. Do you like anything in this game?
Yeah, so I like Vegas. And I think this is kind of more of a fade on Utah right now. It kind of seems like every time they've taken that step up in class, they just don't really look like they belong. I continue to think Vegas is kind of a little undervalued at this point. So I think these minus 115, minus 120s, like I did play minus 115, so I'm happy with that.
Okay. Minus 115 for Alber. We'll just look around, make sure, but should be good. Yes, we're good on that one. Wait, let's go minus 120. Is that okay, Alber?
Yep, that's fine.
All right. So, money, you in agreement with this play?
Yeah, I do. I do like Vegas. I'll bet them small. The only reason I'll bet them small is that I'm assuming that Vejmelka starts, unless there's something that I've missed here. The thing with that guy is that throughout his whole career, he's had little pockets of time, right? Like little 2, 3, 4 game streaks in his career where he just puts up insane numbers, like just like unreal numbers for 2, 3 game stretches. Their last game against Carolina, Utah won 4-1. They should have lost that game like 12-4, right? Like they were just annihilated, but Vejmelka was outstanding. So the only concern I have in this game is that I worry about like this might be like a little mini stretch in like that we've seen in Vumilko's career, but it's not the only thing that's going to keep me off this game. So I did bet Vegas small. I do agree with Matt. Vegas is another team that I feel has been undervalued, and I do have them to win that division as well. So like I do like that team quite a bit. So Vegas for me would be a small play, and I'll be betting that in just a little bit here.
All right, there you go. So go now. Basically, if you're looking to bet that one yourself. Let's keep going here. We covered, for those wondering, we did cover Nashville right off the top, the Nashville-Calgary game. We grab the Preds minus 120 to open the show here. We'll keep moving then. So we skip past that one, and we will go to the Detroit-Anaheim game. That would be the last one of the day here. Red Wings minus 146, Ducks plus 122 at home tonight. Total of 6.5 on FanDuel, minus 110 over, minus 112 under. So money back to you. Do you have any best bets in this Ducks Wings game?
Yeah, so Detroit is an interesting case here, right? Because I go back to their games the last couple of weeks here. They seem to win the games that they should lose and lose the games they should win, and I can't figure them out. So even their win against the Penguins overtime last game, they really should have lost that game. I thought the Penguins were the better team. So I don't want to bet on or against the Wings right now. They're showing all the signs of an inconsistent team that you kind of really you can't really anticipate the kind of effort that you're going to get on a night-to-night basis. So I would expect them to have a better game than they did against the Penguins. But if you are expecting that premium's already priced in the market because they're in the minus 140s now on the road. So, and I don't necessarily think that they're deserving of that, even though it is in Anaheim. So I'll pass on this game. I think there will be better situations down the road.
Alber, are you going to pass on this one too?
Yeah, I think if anything, I like the over the best. I haven't played anything here. It's just I agree with you. I just struggle to kind of see what Detroit is on a game-to-game basis. So like even against the Anaheim team that I do like their overs generally, and I have been playing a good amount of them. I don't know if this is the matchup for it. Just Detroit's just too up and down for me as this goes. So I did lay off, but I definitely lean to the over. As far as the side goes, like yeah, Detroit's not really. I would definitely not lay like minus 140, minus 150 on Detroit on the road. But man, Anaheim is just so bad. And this is a team that I was a little higher on kind of coming into the year. And they even showed some signs very early, but like this team's kind of fallen off a cliff. So I'm kind of fully off the Anaheim train at this point. But yeah, I would say strong lean to the over. I have not played it.
Okay, that'll do it for our games here today. If you guys are in the chat, whether on Twitter, on YouTube, whatever, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe here to the channel while you're at it. We have a bunch of suggestions here so far for goal scorers tonight, but if you want yours submitted, if anybody else has any, send them now. I'm going to go quickly and recap the best bets that we've got for tonight. Where we're at, sides and totals, 5 games. We have 3 best bets. You can find all of these in the BetStamp app under Edgework HQ. Make sure to head on over there. You'll get notifications anytime our posts or our plays are tracked. You obviously get to see the Saturday plays as those are given out, which you should be following us on Twitter as well at Edgework HQ. We brought those back around like between 12 to 1 every Saturday, tweeting out one play each. Each of us has a play that we're giving out, so you're going to want to make sure to be following along with those as well. But follow us on BetStamp. You get notifications right to your phone that those plays have come. These are the 3 for today. Start off, Columbus money line plus 110 against the Penguins. We have the Preds money line minus 120 against Calgary. And finally, we have the Vegas Golden Knights minus 120 against the Utah Hockey Club. Let's get into our goal scorers here tonight. 5 games. We don't got to go nuts. If we love the plays, then they go in. If don't, we can pass, boys. We can pass. Somebody's going to say yes to everyone given so that he doesn't have to go into the accepted, rejected stuff and end up on the wrong side of things. Fair enough. But, I mean, I'm looking at the sheet from yesterday, updated after yesterday, that obviously Kev put together here. Accepted, we are now down 6.05 units. Rejected plays up 41 units. Boy, We got to
I
turn
mean,
this
somebody's
around.
fresh off a plus 800 winner, so I think we need one from him today for sure.
Yeah, I know. Seriously. All right. So money, let's put. Well, I mean, there's one that's inevitable. Like we are putting in no matter what. That's Valerian Nichushkin.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's just make sure that Nichushkin plus 190.
Yeah, that's kind of good. What is Brian Rust price? I bet Brian Rust.
180.
Is it 180?
180.
Okay. What is that good enough? So money, yeah, 180. Yep. All right, there you go. There's two done. So that would take off the Columbus Pittsburgh game, and that takes off the Colorado game there for us tonight. Let's rip through and see what we've got from the chat so far. So Lehkonen, sorry Slytherin, it was just inevitable. We had to go with Nichushkin. Nothing wrong with Lehkonen, and if Moretta was on the show, he probably would have put it in. Yep, Insight, Nichushkin in. Slytherin Crest, Pavel Dorofeyev for Vegas. There's Francois also sending Theodore plus 700. Dorofeyev again plus 230. So there's a couple there.
I just want to make sure Dorofeyev is still playing with Hurdle. There's no change there, right?
Do you mind double checking that for me? And pull up 220 on FanDuel is the number we've got for Dorofeyev right now.
Oh, he's going to be playing on the top line.
Oh, even better. We're good then? Dorofeyev?
I like it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Sam. Doro on line one. All right. Alber, any opposition on that one?
No, let's do it.
All right. Okay, what other games do we need here, boys?
Let's do Detroit and Anaheim.
Detroit, Anaheim, Nashville, Calgary. Those are the ones we don't have, right? Detroit.
Yeah, let's go to Detroit, Anaheim first.
Okay. Am I an idiot? What am I looking at here? Troy Terry, Francois said. I'm trying to find Detroit, Anaheim. If there's any other. Insight brought up some sort of stack with the Brinket, Larkin, and Raymond, but not a official goal scorer. I think that's it for goal scorers for that game.
What about Moreto's buddy? Zegras.
Troy Terry. That was Zegras, yeah.
Ben Sherratt? Oh.
Ben Sherratt. Zegras?
I like anybody on that top line for Vetrano, Zegras, or Troy Terry. I'm good with either of them. Or
what do we think?
What are the numbers?
I always like Terry, so I'm going right. I always go right back there.
Okay, let's go Terry.
Troy Terry 210.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Okay. So that is in. We have a player from. We have Valerian Nichushkin in Colorado, Washington. Brian Rust, Pittsburgh, Columbus. Dorofeyev, Vegas, Utah. Troy Terry, Detroit, Anaheim. Do we want to go nuts and have one more in here?
We do need a Nashville guy.
Sam says O'Reilly. Okay. Eric Andre said Tommy Novak anytime, and then immediately Novak on IR, cancel. Set up and cancel. So there you go. There's O'Reilly plus 260. We also did have Jordan Roman Yossi plus 400, and Brian said Gustav Nyquist anytime goal. Francois also said Yossi 400. Do you guys have a preference in those ones sent?
That
Yossi, Nyquist, and O'Reilly.
That whole top line for Nashville has been snake bit the last few games. I think that they're probably ready to break out here. Stamkos is showing an edge. O'Reilly is. Yeah, I think we can go with O'Reilly.
Okay. Eric did also say Evangelista. Just want these on the record. That's all. And Sam did say he's also Team Yossi here at plus 400 as well. But all right, we'll go with O'Reilly. I think that's a good final pick to add here tonight. We've got one for each game. Should be fun to follow along with here tonight. And I think that each of the goal scorers we have pretty much lines up with the direction we're heading here tonight. We didn't take any totals. We've got Columbus money line, Nashville money line. We're taking O'Reilly. Vegas money line. We're taking Dorofeyev. So perfect. That kind of just slots in nicely with what we've got here, and we can root for goal scorers with the sides that we're on here tonight. It should be a comfortable, fun night for us.
5-0? Oh.
Yeah, 5-0. What
I
was
do
the
think
other
this
one
is
I
the
wanted?
one here.
Oh, we're on
This
the
is the one.
opposite side with Brian Rust in the Columbus game, but like whatever. It's
But there's
fine.
gonna be like 30 goals scored in that game, so it's
I was
okay.
gonna say that game's gonna be 6-3 anyway, and we're gonna be sitting here going, "Why the hell did we not bet this over at like 8 o'clock when it's already like 4-2 in the second period?"
There you go. That's a fun way to send it off into the Friday. $10 wins you 28, almost $2,900 there. Nichushkin, Rust, Dorofeyev, Troy Terry, Ryan O'Reilly. One for each game. If you guys did enjoy the show here today, it was a quick one, but make sure to hit that like button, subscribe here to the channel. Again, also a reminder, you can find us on Twitter if you are watching on YouTube, but it's easier to do on YouTube, obviously. Participate in the chat as well. You get to see what other people are saying. So if you're on Twitter, make sure to head over to the YouTube. Also, just want to remind people, if you do want to listen back or you miss it one day and you can't find it on YouTube or you're driving, whatever, you can find it on all podcasting platforms as Edgework HQ. You can track all of our picks in the BetStamp app as Edgework HQ as well. Make sure to hit that like button on the way out. We appreciate it as always. More picks coming tomorrow for Saturday. We'll have one each, and then we'll be back here on Monday morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time for more picks and previews. Albert?
I feel like the only thing we're missing at this point is so money to give out, like Maryland Eastern Shore plus 12.5 or something ridiculous.
So we do have a play. We're gonna go to the CFL in the Grey Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The side didn't get to where I needed to go, but Winnipeg first half -5.5.
I'm trying to pull this up on FanDuel here. There you go. Winnipeg first half -5.5. There is your official So Money Grey Cup pick. Winnipeg -5.5 first half. Make sure to get in. Make sure to get in on that. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. We'll be back Monday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. More picks and previews. So Money. Albert, thank you guys so much for doing this here. As always, we will see you guys then. Like, subscribe on the way out. Enjoy your weekends. Enjoy the games tonight. Good luck on your bets.